So we've done everything that we can. Now, I've called you in today at 1:41 PM. Okay, and like you'll know with me, everything I do, there's a reason and a rationale behind it. Today's a big day for us all. 12 months ago to this very minute, I got the worst news of my life. I lost my dad out of nowhere. I was on a sundown John miles away. 12 months ago to the day. And don't worry, I'm not going to sit here and start blubbing. But what I want you guys to understand is that the person sat in front of you here leading this team is the same values that I was taught from him that I see in my teams. Loyalty, massive part for me. How many players in here have had opportunities to go somewhere else and move on for more money? Put your hands up. Hands up properly. You stuck loyal. Turned down the opportunity to go and play for his dad. Fake.
We'll keep that bit.
Yeah, make sure you do. And when I see the group, I see the togetherness of the group. Big parts in terms of what I had in my life, what I was given. I was always taught from a young age to back the underdog. I was always taught, and I will say that in life you get choices. There's always a choice. Okay? And today it's down to choices that we make. Because 12 months ago I had a choice. I sink and go under, and I fall apart. Does anyone here, I don't know what your relationship is like with your parents. Let me tell you, I hope none of you have to go through it. It's the worst thing in the world. Or you have a choice to go, it's happened, there's nothing I can do about it, it's what I do now moving forwards. And that was the choice I made. That's why I sit in this dressing room. That's why I took this job on. Because this was an underdog job. This was a job where people said to me that I spoke to, go stay at the levels that you're at, take those other jobs. They're bottom of the league, they're back-to-back relegations. And I went, no, I fancy a bit of that. I'll have a little bit of that. That's a bit of me. So when I look at the dressing that we have, and I look at the people within it, they're always more important than anything. Today you have decisions to make, and for every decision you make, there's a consequence. You've got a decision whether you let a runner off your shoulder. You've got a decision whether you hide. Every one of us has got a hero in us, and every one of us has got a coward, myself included. The difference with the hero and the coward, what is it? What's the difference? The decision you make as to whether you run or whether you front up or you face up. That's the decisions you're left with as people. The decision you were given in the summer. Big decision, wasn't it? I'll tell you something, I'm glad you chose to stay. And I'm glad I went with my decision. Fucking player there. Biggest heart I've ever met in my life. Went through something at 18 years old I could never have gone through. The first player I've ever worked with I'm in awe of as a person. My right wing back. Throws his body on the line for us. Us. In here. Massive. The sacrifices you make. Racing from your job every single week to get here. The huge amount of sacrifice you make. To take a substantial pay cut to come and play here. Same with you. The sacrifices you and Ramel make every single week. All over the place. Disappointed he's not playing today. First one here. He ain't walked in sulking. He ain't walked in tossing it off. He's coming here because he goes, I'm going to be, the team is bigger than the individual today. How did you train Thursday? Disappointed to not be in the team? Yeah, bloody right. How did you train?
Very well.
Properly up? Did well? I was impressed with you. You take it on the chin today being at the team? If I have to put him on the pitch today, even though he's a bit disappointed, if I have to put him on the pitch, what do I know I'm going to get from him?
100%.
He's going to throw his body into the line. He's going to smash into people. Made an error last week, didn't we? So what? Guess what? You'll make errors today. We'll make mistakes. We'll give the ball away. They might have a shot at our goal. But one of the big values I was instilled into me as a young man, a young kid, I was always told, I don't need you to be a rocket scientist. I don't expect you to be a rocket scientist at school, son. But if I ever find out you're not giving everything, that's when we'll fall out. And every venture I've ever taken on in my life, and I failed. I failed loads, and guess what? I'll fail more. It's not a failure, it's your decision. Do you become a victim? Are you a victim of circumstances? Are you somebody that sits there and allows the world to dictate how you live your life? Or do you take action? You're all going to have ups and downs, boys. We all will. But all I ask from this group of players today is to give everything. That's why I get the Uncle supporters last week that are critical. Yeah, we might not be the best players, some of us. We're going to make mistakes. But not one of my players is lazy. And I'll go to war for every single one of you in this dressing room. I think I've backed that up over the years, haven't I? Yeah. If we have a problem today and there's a scrap, who's the first one in the front door? Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. I'll be with all of you. Because last week when I had an emergency, what did this group do for me? You got behind me. Every single one of you got behind me, supported me. Made sure that I knew you were there. And that's what I want you to do for each other tonight. I want us to run after people. I want us to compete. I want us to do all the basics. Preparation couldn't have gone any better if we tried. Got the system right, I believe. We've got strength and depth. We've got loads of qualities here. How many of you were late today? Not one person. We're here early, ready. And all I ask is you give everything. And at the end of the day, when we stand at the tunnel and we debrief at the end and we stand in our little huddle, what's the worst that can happen today? What's the worst thing that can happen? Yes. You get beat. There's three possibilities in life today. You win, you draw, and you lose. They're the realities. Things can go wrong. They might be better than us. But I'll tell you what they won't do, they won't outwork us. They won't outrun us. They won't compete and overrun us anywhere on the pitch. They won't bully us. You won't come to our house and intimidate us. That won't happen. The minute we leave this dressing room today, we're together. And you support your mates. And when things are going wrong, you stick together. You remember the sacrifices each of you have made to be here today. You remember the sacrifices last night you have to make as people that I demand from you. When all your mates are going out, turning into boxing pundits, analysing Anthony Joshua, and you've got to sit at home and wake up early and eat your pasta and make those sacrifices, not for me, for each other. So at the end of the day today, the first question and the only question I'll ask at the full time at the final whistle is, did everybody give everything? That's the question I'll ask. And the only cardinal sin today won't be giving the ball away. It won't be making a mistake. It won't be missing a 1v1. It won't be missing a 1v1 confrontation with a tackle. It won't be losing the second ball. It'll be not working hard enough. It's making the decision, the choice to go, I can't get there. Can't is a word I don't like. It's can't is a mindset. Because when we say, I can't run anymore, if somebody turned up with a shotgun to chase you, guess what would happen? What would you reckon would happen, Terence? You'd start running. Any of you young kids when you got chased by a dog? Any of you get chased by dogs or chased by the big kids? Any of you get chased by a dog or the big kids? What happened?
You run. Extra energy.
And you find a 20-foot wall when you scale it in one. You put an Olympic Games for that. So today when you're exhausted and you think, I can't get there, just remember, you can. And it's important today that when you stand and you look your teammates in the eyes today, you're not the person they look at and go, I don't trust you. We don't let people score from set pieces against us. We're going to be more aggressive in the box today. I want to make sure that tomorrow when that draw comes out, we're all sitting there going, oh, home away draw, oh, that's interesting. Step 5, yeah? We've got are you just a team full of step 5 footballers? No. We've got substantial amounts of you that can play substantially higher. But they're all words unless we give them meaning. So the minute we get out for the warm-up today, you look after each other. You look after each other through good and through bad. The past is gone. Whatever happened last week, the week before, it doesn't matter. People want us to fail. They want us to fail. Probably because a lot of them don't like me. But the beauty of it is they might not like me, but they don't have the balls to tell me. They don't have the nuts to tell me that. I've got nuts to tell people I don't like them. So today I want massive nuts. I want a group that's together. And I want to turn 12 months ago being the worst day of my life to 12 months on going, when I drive home going, yeah, my players gave me everything. They gave me absolutely everything today. I'm pressing the ball aggressively. Remember we're saying when it comes inside, lock on, ball side, pinch, steal. Everyone in you scored a goal this year. What's happened when you scored? Everyone's together. Except for Crilly when Crilly had crap. He couldn't get there. He was trying to get back into shape and never breathe. So the big thing is today, go and play with enthusiasm, play with energy, play with passion. Love what you do. There are thousands of millions or hundreds of whatever numbers of people up and down the country today that would give anything to be where you are. People that have involved in huge tragedies this morning that can't be here. People that have got debilitating illnesses that would do anything to run and track a runner from midfield. Huge numbers of them. You're the ones who've got that opportunity today and put a sweat into your shirt like you do every single one. And I promise you today, whatever happens, if you give me everything, I'll never let anybody come after you. I mean that. No one will ever criticise my players. I'll criticise you. But I'll never have anybody outside this room criticise my players. Never. We look after each other. We support each other. We help each other. And that's what I want to see from this group today. If we're at it, and we apply ourselves correctly, and we keep 11 men on the pitch by not being reckless and stupid and going over the top, I fancy us to win the game. If we turn up today and we're a little bit nervous and we're a little bit worried about consequences and we're a little bit, well, if we lose, we're out, then it goes 50-50. So go and enjoy it. With smiles on your faces today. Work hard for each other. Hey, and let's hope that in 2, 3, 4 hours, whatever it is, we're all sitting there in absolute delight that we're in the next round of the cup. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Go!